right, so just what you've seen from Minnesota so far, can you tell us what their hot buttons are?
Yeah, obviously, with Dawson Garcia, very familiar with him, very talented, good player. Causes a lot of problems, obviously, his ability to post, put the ball on the floor, make threes. Mike Mitchell's just ability to take and make tough threes. The guys are doing some good things with him, and he can make step back threes with people on him. Other night, you can't let him have just a couple step-in threes. He does a good job of finding it in transition. He does a good job on offensive rebound spray-outs of finding the basketball and getting those. You got to limit his good looks, even though he'll make tough ones. You got to do your best to be able to limit his good looks, and then you got to do your best with the other guys of keeping them in front of you. You just can't let them live in the paint. I think it's going to be important for us to be able to contain the dribble and just, collectively as a team, keep the ball out of the paint and then not allow second chance opportunities.
Is it better to put a smaller guy on Garcia or a bigger guy?
I think it's more quality. It's not like one guy's going to guard him. He's been in college basketball for a long time. Good players have a unique way of being able to, acquire 20 points in a game. Mm-hmm. He can get it and get more than that and kind of dominate a game, and then you think you do a good job on him and he still gets 18 and 9. So, I just think whoever's on him, you have to do a good job of keeping him off the glass and once again, not letting him have easy ones, not letting him have an easy post up, not letting him have a wide open three. Just he's gonna score some points. There's no doubt about that. Just make him earn it.
The last couple of years, I think you've clearly been the best team in the league. This year, it seems like there's 6 or 7 teams kind of in that mix. Mm-hmm. How important is it to not stub your toe against the ones that theoretically you should win?
Well, I think it's more important for us to keep things in perspective and just the functionality of the game, do a better job of executing, doing a better job, obviously, of rebounding the basketball, and then defensively of sticking to our rules. When one guy's broken down, it normally costs us. I think that's the practicality of everything is more important of going on the road and competing, and we haven't had a road win. And so you got to start somewhere, but that's going to be easier said than done. They have a great environment in the barn, but we're a long way away from that. We got to fight like hell to put ourselves in position before we can do something.
What other unique challenges are there from playing? That's a different venue than pretty much any basketball arena. So.
Yeah, but I think us playing on that neutral floor in Alabama against Auburn, playing at Marquette, playing at Penn State, we've been on the road. We've been in some of these things. We have older guys that have been in a lot of different venues, and that's who you really want to lean on, is the people that have had success there before, that to play well and to play the right way. And that doesn't mean you're always going to shoot the ball well, but we got to make good decisions. We got to do some good things on the defensive end in terms of how we're scheming and game planning.
Speaking of shooting the ball well, I think Miles is a guy that, referencing what you've said in the past, he's got a lot of makes coming his way.
Yeah, you hope so. And that's the one thing, the better decisions, our playmakers can make, the better chance we're going to have for guys that are shooters to get opportunities. But you also got to get your opportunities in transition. You got to get your opportunities on the glass, and we got to be able to do that collectively across the board. Other night, I thought we just had too many breakdowns on the defensive end that led to us being out of place to rebound the ball. The better you do in rotations, the better you do defensively of not breaking down, the better rebound balance you're going to have.
You like the looks Miles is getting?
I like the looks of all those guys that, I think Miles got stuck one time at the end of the clock, Texas A&M, and that wasn't on him, but he got good looks in that game. Mm-hmm. Our decision-making wasn't good enough in the Auburn game. What I've talked to him about, what I've talked to Cam about is, sometimes you're going to get more opportunities than others, but make some opportunities with running the floor, make some opportunities by getting on the glass. Miles has won a game for us, by getting on the glass at Ole Miss. But if you look at his activity defensively, you look at his activity in transition, he starts off that game by getting a steal. That's what we need. Not just from him, but from everybody. We got to have some activity outside of catching and shooting the basketball, because sometimes people are going to take that away, and sometimes they're not, but the other parts are always there.
Berg?
He practiced, so he should be able to go. I haven't talked to Chad since we've practiced these 2 days about where he is with everybody, but he's been in everything.
Obviously, you haven't gone through this gauntlet with the new teams in it yet, but is it good maybe on your end to face a traditional Big Ten team to start off with and not, play one of the West Coast teams?
Yeah, I think, obviously playing Penn State and their pressing and switching, and then playing Maryland, how they mask their man-to-man in their zone, and the way they'll pressure you and get after you. Like, those aren't traditional Big Ten type teams, but I think that's more of the way of college basketball evolving, towards the pros, like more switching, more guys, kind of interchangeable pieces, like, your 6'4" to 6'8" guys that can switch anything and do different things, and obviously throw in quickness with guys of that nature. But yeah, it's, we'll see. It's, they need to get a win just like we need to get a win. It's one of those things you're always kind of look at it from your perspective, but you got to be able to compete, and you got to be able to play harder and play smarter than your opponent.